Okay, all right, everyone. Um, my name's Trenton Bales, and for this tutorial, I would like to discuss about phasing. So I have a project here which I've already done for work, and it has a demolition plan and a construction plan. To start off, just so everyone knows where they can find the phasing, if you go to the Manage tab up here above and then you click on Phases, this will take you to the actual phasing options. For my project phases, I have existing Phase 1 and Phase 2. Basically, what that could also mean is your existing um, would be the existing building as is, and then instead of phase 1, which I have here, it would be the demolition phase, where you would show all your demo work, and then phase 2 would be your construction phase. And you can rename these however you want and give a description, and you can also move them or combine them as you see fit. And then the next tab has your phase filters, which explain the name of each filter, what it shows, the categories of it either being new, which would be the construction phase, existing, demolition, and then temporary. I usually don't use these a lot, but depending on the size of the project and the purposes, you might have to adjust these a little bit. Um, and and then the next tab is the graphic overrides. About the only thing I sometimes use for here is if I want to have a clear definement between what is demolition and what is construction or what is new. That way you don't get confused when you're looking at a project. And for example, if you look here, you can see that the existing is more of a grayed out type of project, as you can see, and then what is new is slightly black. And so now getting into the more important parts of the phasing. On the side here, so this is the viewport. Over here, you can scroll down to the phasing section, and you can change it to have a different filter. So right now I have a show all filter, which would show everything, and then the phase 2, which I could change this to say existing. Click apply. Give it a sec, it's loading. And then basically now that I've changed it, all the new design that will be going into this project, the remodel, will go away and it will revert back to what is the existing project. Oh, I'm using a central model, so it does not allow me to do that unless I'm connected to the rest of the project, which I am not, so I will have to fix that later. But anyways, also if you click on an object, it will tell you what phase it was created in, which here I have phase 2. And if I change it to say existing, hopefully it will let me apply that. And it is not going to let me. But if you click on it and you change the phasing, it will disappear and it will show up in the demolition phase, which I have right here. So basically, any of your items that you have, if you click on them, they will tell you what phase they are in, whether that be the existing phase. And for example, here, it was created in the existing phase, but if since this wall is not being demoed, it will not, the phase demolition will say none. But if I do want this wall to go away, I click whichever phase I want or whichever the construction part to change that. Besides that, that is all there is for phasing. You can add as many phases as you want, whether that be, part 1, part 2. Sometimes you can put temporary, where you might have to put up a temporary wall. And you just have to make sure that you know what each of your items is being created in, or else it might disappear. And that's happened to me a few times where I've created something and it's disappeared as I'm putting it down, but that's because of the viewport that I'm in does not allow for that object to appear. Since, for example, if I'm here in the demo and I want to add a new cupboard or something to the project and I put it in this viewport, it will just disappear right as I put it because I'm not in the correct phase filter for this viewport. And if I go to, so here, let me do, for example, let's say I want to make a wall, and I make this wall. It does show up. So let's see. Oh, so it was created in the phase 2, but for example, let's say I put it. It shouldn't. Hold on. Oh, it's because of the filter that I have on. For example, I have phase 2 filter, and that's why it is showing that. So if I do show new, or no, let's do show previous and demo. If it doesn't allow me to, then I'll just have to fix that later. But basically, whatever the phase filter is will determine what will show up in this project or in this viewport. Besides that, that is everything that has to do with this, with phasing. So I hope that this is helpful. Just look at what the phasing is for the viewport and then click on your objects to know what the phasing is when it was created, when it's going to be destroyed. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.